Welcome back to the Quick Start, where we have a new sweater and a new topic, events. Now last time we looked at the dashboard, which is where all of your events live. This time we're going to set up a new event from scratch, and then in the videos that follow, we'll explore that event in more depth. So to create a new event, you can click on the Create Event button right here, or you can just click on an empty spot in the calendar and click Yes. By creating a new event this way, it will automatically populate the date that you chose in the start date and end date fields, which is super convenient. Now, it says right here, before setting production period and show times, the event needs a name and start date. We already have our start date now, so let's just name our event. Now, this is going to be the name that's going to appear in the dashboard, as well as anywhere else that the event is referenced. I'll use a random title that I got from a random title generator. Now, as you see, we have the set production period toggle, as well as the start of the production period and the end available. So now we can add a show time. Now you can always add show times later, but I recommend doing them now because then they'll be added to your timeline automatically, and then you can just create assignments around those show times, which is a great starting point. You can also create very handy templates. This can be great for setting up future events even faster. But for now, we'll just continue doing things manually. So to add a showtime, we just click the button that says Add Showtime. So then we have the start, duration, and end of our showtime. Let's just say it starts at 12 and runs for 4 hours. Now you'll notice after setting the duration, the end has also updated to match. So that's already taken care of for us. Now we just add the show title. And since I have Crescat Venue, I can choose a room. Let's choose the main hall. Then we click Save, and now the show has been added and it will appear in our timeline. Next, we'll add a description, like so. And now we'll add our key contact personnel. Now later, I'll show you how to add a pool of contacts that will let you work quicker and less error prone. For example, if I start typing the name of one of the contacts that I've set up, her name automatically pops up. And if I click it, everything autofills from the information that I have previously set up. Now the only thing left to do is add her role, which in this case, I'll just say key contact, and then click Create. And there she is. And of course, you can continue adding key contacts if you need. So now we can add an event type. These are the ones that I have available to me, and if you watched the dashboard videos, you might recognize some. Now we're not going to set up event types just yet, but I can show you where they are, just so that you can start wrapping your mind around the concept. So in settings, we have advanced, and then we have event types. And here they are. And inside each one of these is all this information that can be automatically added to your event just by selecting the associated event type. Now you can see that some of those elements have been added. Now, for now, if you haven't set up any event types, you can just leave it set to none. Now we can set our project leader. Now a project leader is just a person that's been marked as a project leader in your Crescat group. And everyone marked as a project leader will appear in this list right here. Now items 5, 6, and 7 will only appear on your screen if you already have the packages and modules associated with them. If you don't have those modules and packages yet, you can follow along for completion or to see how these packages and modules improve the workflow. So first up we have contacts. Now, as I mentioned before, I have set up a pool of contacts. You might remember this one from before, but in addition to individual contacts like Mateo, we can also store information about companies. For example, Schroger and Mitzen. And here are the two contacts that I have for Schroger and Mitzen. I can add them both now. So here's everybody that's been added so far. Of course, to remove one, I would just click on this X. Now, if you have Crescat Venue, then you can create and manage room booking. Earlier, when we set up our showtime, we added the main hall. So that's already been booked from 12 till 4. However, if we want to, we can continue booking rooms right here. If we just click this edit button, then we can change all the booking details right here. For now, I'll just delete this one. And finally, we have shifts. So to add a shift, of course, we click Add Shift. Now we can set the duration of the shift. We can also give it a title and a project leader. We can also define whether or not this shift should be able to make changes to the event. And here, we can add a description. Finally, let's add the number of people we want to work this shift. Once everything is the way that you want it, you can click Create or Create and Approve. And here it is. Now another way that we can add a shift is by having shift types, which just like event types are set up in the settings. Here we are, shifts. So I can just add one that I created earlier. And look at that. Now we have type, sound, the duration I specified when I set it up, as well as how many people will be working that shift. Now if we want to change these times, we can just click on Edit, and we can change this to whatever we want. Now what if we wanted some people to work a few hours less? Well, we can click Add Shift, then we can change the duration, say 2 hours. We can change the shift type to sound, and select how many people should be working that shift. And create and approve, and now we have sound twice, one of those shifts working 2 hours less. Now don't worry if some of that was kind of hard to follow. The deeper that we get, the more sense all of this will start to make. So for now, since we have everything all set up, we can click Create Event. And it takes us directly to the event page. And we have all this information here on the screen. But that is a topic of another video. So we've learned how to create events. We should probably also learn how to delete events or at least cancel them. So for all that, I'll see you in the next video.